what's up and welcome to a new series on this channel. This is Lazarus episode 1. So a few things to start off this video. Make sure to watch this context if you can, this little intro. I'll try to make it as quick as I can, even though I do tend to yap. Basically, with a lot of first episodes of series on this channel, or the first few episodes of series, I'm just kind of testing it out to see if people like it and if I like it, to see if I continue doing reactions to this on this channel. So if you want to see more Lazarus reactions, please make sure to let me know in the comments and support the video. Watch the video the whole way through if you can, and maybe check out some other stuff on this channel if you can. But anyway, Lazarus, this series I've had my eye on for a little bit. Being curious about watching it. I didn't know when it was coming out. I thought it was coming out like 3 days ago, and then I thought it was coming out 2 days ago, and then yesterday, and then like I realized it was coming out today. It was very confusing for me to follow. I feel like the communication on like how to watch the series and where exactly it is and all of that wasn't super easy. But yeah, anyway, this series is I believe being sort of like distributed by Adult Swim, but it is from the creator of Cowboy Bebop, I believe. Same guy who also did Samurai Champloo and some other stuff. Now for me, as you guys might know from watching this channel, if you've watched my reactions before, you might know that it was only very recently that I watched Cowboy Bebop on this channel. It was, I probably finished it a couple months ago or something. It was very recently. So I went, you know, most of my life without having seen it. I've only just recently finally watched the show. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great show. It was very entertaining the whole way through. It had some like really beautiful moments and episodes, and it was not what I expected it to be really at all, but it was extremely interesting. So I liked that a lot. I have not seen any of the other series. I know there's like Samurai Champloo, and I think there's at least one other series that's of a similar style. I haven't seen them, heard decent things, but yeah, so I'm jumping into Lazarus with Cowboy Bebop kind of fresh on the mind. Now, I know that the title of this video might compare it to Cowboy Bebop in some way. I haven't chosen what the title of this video is going to be yet, but you know, knowing me, it's probably going to be something to do with Cowboy Bebop. But with that being said, I'm gonna try not to like think of this as, oh, is this going to be as good as Cowboy Bebop or anything. Like, I don't think that's a good way to go into a series no matter what. I think it is reasonable to go, look, I really liked that show, so clearly I like that writer in some way or another. Let's see what else he's got, like what other things he wants to tackle. That's perfectly reasonable to me. But to be going into it going like, oh, let's see if he's done it again, feels like that will do the series a disservice. I want to see the series as its own thing. I may end up making comparisons just because that's kind of what ends up happening when you watch stuff. You look for things that it's similar to in your head, or at least I do a lot. But I'm not going to go, well, it's worse than Cowboy Bebop, or oh, whoa, it's better than Cowboy Bebop, or whatever. I'm going to try not to do that because I don't like when people do that very much, and I don't think it's great for media critique and analysis. But I don't know what the plot of this show is. Really, all I know is that it's from the same person who did Cowboy Bebop, and that I believe the English dub is officially coming out like a month before the subbed version is. Which I also think, like, for series like this, you know, they're very Western inspired. So I think it's also kind of part of the intended experience to watch it in your native language and to watch it in English. Like, I'm pretty sure some people said that Samurai Champloo, I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but that series, I'm pretty sure people said the English was actually the original audio for it, and then the Japanese was basically a dub. I don't know if that's the case here. It might be, it might not be. It doesn't really matter to me either way. I would have watched it in English dub regardless. That's how I watched Cowboy Bebop. That's how I watch about half the shows that I watch, you know. I go back and forth between sub and dub. I choose per show based on what I enjoy. But this show feels like one of the sorts of shows that people wouldn't complain about, you know? Like, people never complained about me doing dub for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. People never complained about me doing it for Cowboy Bebop, because those shows, people have, like, it's sort of in the culture of anime communities to accept those shows in dubs. But people have complained about basically every other show that I've done in dub, but I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know, I have enjoyed it way more, and there's also a ton of people who have said, thank you so much for doing it in dub. I really wanted to see dub reactions to this, and I really prefer the dub and stuff. So, you know, for those people, I'm right here. So, yeah, Lazarus. I don't know what to expect. I'm excited to jump into it. I don't even know who the cast is, so we'll see. I mean, maybe it'll be a cast that I really like. Maybe it'll be people I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, let's jump into this. Make sure to support the video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. My Patreon account will have the full-length reaction. You just sync it up with your own footage. You can watch the whole episode with me. And I have a Gent Watches One Piece channel where I watch One Piece. Let's jump into this. Lazarus Episode 1.
How will the end of the world come upon us?
We're starting with Inception.
It's something I've always wondered about ever since I was a kid.
Whoa.
Well, about 4 years ago, a man named Dr. Skinner, one of the most brilliant minds since Einstein, developed a miracle painkiller known as Hopna.
As what?
Since it dominated the market instantly, and the world became a Hopna-filled wonderland.
Hopna?
And was even celebrated as the drug that could save the world.
Damn.
Then, and as it turned out, Hopna was a grand trap that he set upon us all.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's a good concept already. I'm interested.
What kind of music would you like?
How about something with the vibe of
this
a
guy
man
looks
who
cool.
sold his soul to the devil?
The anime looks good. Look at this animation. Just like nice camera movements. Nice mix of 2D and 3D. Like, that's a really nice shot. I like this song too.
Axel Gilberto, you've got a visitor.
Whoa.
For me?
You've got 10 minutes. We clear?
Goodbye, cruel world.
That should be plenty. Every stranger who's ever visited me usually turns out to be either a lawyer or a hitman.
I suppose you might say that I'm a little of both.
Okay.
My name is Hirsch. I've come here today to ask you for a favor. I could free you from your current situation.
That'd be nice.
Do you have any idea how long I'm serving?
888 years.
Whoa!
Multiple life sentences.
Jesus.
I know everything, work history, medical history, your shoe size, you name it.
Nice.
Why?
What an honor. So what's his favorite?
What did he do?
You've heard of Hopna? After disappearing off the face of the earth, Dr. Skinner has made his return.
Hmm?
Then that is no different from being dead.
While it is unfortunate,
Is that David Matranga?
And so, as a scientist, I'm forced to come to this conclusion. That is the true nature of the human race.
No way.
Whoa, cute design.
We be held accountable and face punishment for our sins. As a matter of fact, 3 years after ingestion, Hopna will mutate,
Killing
no.
all those who have taken it.
Oh my
Whenever it
god.
comes.
I have no intention of playing God, nor
You-
do I
but you
intend to
are.
unilaterally decide what the fate of humanity will be.
But you did.
All I am doing,
You've got to be kidding.
I estimate in 30 days, the first users of Hopna will die.
Oh my
You should all
god.
know that I currently have the cure. You
Oh.
have 30 days. If someone can find me within that time, then humanity will survive.
Whoa.
Excuse me. Teach?
Interesting.
Sorry to interrupt.
Whether we as a race are worth saving or not is something that I leave for all of you to decide.
Hmm.
And now that he's come back, you must think he's turned into the devil.
I mean, it's not great, you
I
know,
want you to
potential
help me find
genocide.
Your time is up.
So you know everything about me, huh?
I do.
I have a pretty bad habit. I break out of prisons.
Get up. Watch yourself.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Whoa, cool animation. Oh my god. I mean, she was like offering you a way out legally, right?
Hold it right there.
I like the music. Oh, Jesus. Oh! The animation's really nice. Holy shit. It's just, yeah, the movement, the motion. Oh. Oh. Oh, Jesus. Wow, what an insane start.
Yes.
He just broke out of the prison. Turn the car around immediately.
Hey, I went to visit him and he broke out in front of me.
Roger that.
You know, I've come to realize that I don't have to force myself to go to school anymore. You know what I mean?
I mean, if everyone's gonna die.
Look, a kitty cat. Oh, it's so cute. Not so cute.
That's what cats do.
Good. Just keep monitoring them.
Lazarus, cool.
I can only assume that Professor Skinner has lost his mind. I have no idea why he would do something like this.
I mean, he said why, right?
People who've taken Hopna can't be
It's
saved.
just
I
a
mean, the government seems to
stupid-ish
think
reason.
that it's possible for their people to make a cure.
Furthermore, companies have issued an emergency recall. All products still on the shelves must be pulled immediately.
Yeah, that makes sense. If it's gonna kill us.
This crash eclipses even the infamous Black Monday.
He's still in the prison uniform, out on the street.
Ridiculous. What kind of moron would be that stupid?
Get home safely.
Yeah, someone just escaped.
An escapee from Northport Correctional Facility has fled into the city. Suspect's name, Axel Roberto. Age 23.
Axel Roberto?
To you now.
Nice, cool outfit. He chose something stylish. And he's already put the uniform on a mannequin. Whoa, look at that building. Babylonia City.
If things go too far, those people might very well be our last hope.
All right.
Fugitive Axel Gilberto.
Uh-oh.
Stop resisting and surrender.
Oh, Gilberto? I wrote Roberto.
Sorry.
Whoa, sick move. This girl's design is so cute. You gotta jump on top of it? Nope, just jump around it.
Now it looks like he's running somewhere way off the main road.
Whoa.
Okay.
These are cool characters. I like the designs a lot. Oh, the music. Oh my god. I mean, he's just planning to be on the run like this forever. I guess it looks like he enjoys the chase. Whoa! Kind of gave me butterflies. No way he jumps. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, he's figured out the line he wants to go.
Elena, run the data and predict where he's headed to.
Okay.
Is it Elena or Helena? I'm gonna write Elena right now. Whoa! Is the whole series gonna look this good? Because this looks really great. Oh!
Fire.
Permission's been granted.
Thank you very much.
Try not to hit anyone this time.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus! Woo! It's a nerve-wracking jump. Oh, Jesus! Oh. See how good a shot she is. I mean, seems like a pretty good shot, honestly. She's quite far away.
Show's over. Put your hands up.
All right.
Yeah, it did. But don't I at least get to see the face of the guy who's gonna kill me? Can I at least get a name?
I don't think he's gonna kill
Douglas Hadim.
Do me a favor and put this on my gravestone. Shot in the back by the cowardly Douglas What's-His-Face.
You want to lure me into some close quarters combat?
Well, you got me. You know, there's no fun in being normal.
You want to test that wisdom?
Is he gonna jump? Or he's gonna grab onto a bird? What's he gonna do? What the fuck is he gonna do? Okay, grabbed onto a drone. That was my first thought, but then I saw the birds. Pretty good.
Mr. Daredevil, look over here. You are so badass. Oh my god, I think that was like the most awesome street performance I've ever seen.
Is she gonna catch him?
Would you mind if we took a selfie together?
Is she gonna like put cuffs on him?
2, 1, smile.
Oh yeah, knock him out. Nice. So I mean, he seems, I don't know. He seems like he enjoys communication in some way or another, or maybe just has a soft spot for the ladies. Uh-oh.
The hell is this
It's
thing?
a Suicide Squad thing, I bet.
Huh?
It's Elena. I like her outfit. The fashion in this show so far, I really enjoy.
Who even are you people?
We call ourselves Lazarus.
Welcome,
Axel Gilberto.
29 days left. Okay, is this an ending or an opening? This is a cool... I imagine this is an ending sequence. This is showing everyone dead after Hapna kicks in. Okay, that was episode 1 of Lazarus. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a great first episode. It's got, to me, a very engaging premise. It's got great animation. It's got, like, great music, voice acting. Like, everything's hitting right now for me. And, like, I'm really interested to see how the story is going to play out, because I think this is a solid start. There's some good characters in it. Yeah, it's very enjoyable. I couldn't help but get... Excuse me. I couldn't help but get some Bebop vibes from it, but it is very, very different. Like, I mean, obviously the setting and all of that is completely different. I was wondering if the main character would be like... Spike. I had to like figure out, because I had all through Cowboy Bebop, I always had trouble remembering which one was Jent and which one was Spike, just because I'm an idiot. For some reason their names felt wrong to me, but I was wondering if he was going to be like Spike, but he's not really. Like his fighting movement, well, like the way they animate the movement is kind of similar. Like the hand-to-hand combat, but other than that, I mean, there's not that many similarities. I mean, they look kind of similar, I guess, but I mean, I guess in the way that he's sort of like a, you know, quippy cool guy, but really, like, no, this guy seems a lot more like... he seems like a lot more of a brat, like more selfish kind of, you know, less, I don't know what the word is, like they're both, it's weird, like both Spike and this guy are immature, but in different ways. Like this guy is more like childishly immature, while Spike was more like he never, you know, he's just not good around people, kind of immature. He doesn't ever think about other people's feelings about things, immature. But yeah, no, I liked the character. What's his name again? Something Gilberto? Axel Gilberto. So I you know, enjoyed getting to know him. I loved watching all the sequences with him doing parkour, with him flipping over people, with him fighting. There were some awesome sequences that I think did a really good job at, like, you know, it was really clear what was going on the entire time. The movement felt super smooth, felt super natural. And like moments that were supposed to be kind of, you know, death-defying felt death-defying to me. Like when he like runs to the edge of that building and looks down and you see just how far down it is, I actually kind of got butterflies because I looked at it and I went, holy shit, that is a far drop. You know, and sometimes shows can pull that off, sometimes they can't, you know. Sometimes the character will be on the edge of a building, but I know in my head, I'm like, well, they're not gonna fall, and knowing that in my head, I'm watching it and I'm like, well, I don't, you know, whatever. I'm not too nervous about what happens. But sometimes when a show can do it from like a perspective shot like that and really give a good sense of scale and distance, it actually tricks my brain for just a second into thinking about me in that position, and that scares me. Even though I'm not really scared of heights necessarily, but I think I'm like an unnatural level of scared of heights. Like I do like being up high. I think it's fun. But at the same time, like I would be terrified if I was there, you know, like on the edge of a building with no railing, looking over it like that. That would be terrifying. But you know, if there's like a window there or a railing or something that's like protecting me, and then I look over, like I'm not generally scared from that. That's generally kind of cool. So yeah, I thought this was cool. I like the concept. So there's a drug called Hapner. Hapner is a painkiller drug that seems to have no side effects and removes all, like, you know, pain that you got to deal with or whatever. And it seems like a perfect thing that everyone took because it just made everyone's lives better. And then after a while, the guy behind it, Dr. Skinner, disappears, and then he comes back after like 3 years after Hapner comes out and says, hey, remember that drug that I made? Yeah, I believe that humanity has to sort of pay for the crimes that it's done. So I put a thing in the drug that after 3 years, it's like it stays in your bloodstream, and then after 3 years, it will kill you. And that's going to be happening in a month. But then, you know, his claim is like, but I'm not, you know, playing God. I think other people should have a chance or have the decision as well. So if you can find me, then you can get the cure back or whatever, right? Which I think is, you know, I watched that speech. I'm not like, wow, that guy's the good guy. You know, like that guy, you know, he seems like he maybe is well-intentioned, possibly, but also like that's stupid and horrific. So it's like it's a horrible action, possibly done by someone who just is like, it's weird calling him dumb because he's clearly extremely intelligent when it comes to medicine. He's clearly like a super genius when it comes to that, because if you like, the thing about that painkiller is it did actually work, you know, and the only side effect that it had was something he purposefully put in there. So he is actually kind of like a super genius when it comes to medicine. But, you know, like when it comes to moral decisions like that, sounds like he's not great. Sounds like he's kind of a bad guy who thinks he's doing it for the right reasons. But I'm really interested to see how that'll play out, because I think he could be an interesting character when we do come across him. And I mean, as I said, you know, I'm naturally gonna make comparisons to Cowboy Bebop just because of the nature of the series. But the thing that is nice so far is it feels like this is gonna be a properly serialized series, as opposed to Cowboy Bebop, which was very like episodic. It was an extremely episodic show. Which was nice because it allowed them to tell a lot of different kinds of stories within Cowboy Bebop. But I said throughout that series, and you can go watch my reactions to it, I said throughout the series, like, it's also generally not my style to watch a series that's very episodic. I prefer when a series is serialized, has one overarching story, or, you know, multiple overarching stories, but, you know, like, I want it to flow from one episode to the next. I don't want everything to be wrapped up by the end of an episode. Otherwise, I'd probably just watch a movie. But that's like my own personal feeling on things. And there are there are 1,000 exceptions to that rule. Like there are so many. And when an episodic show is done extremely well, as Cowboy Bebop was, it doesn't bother me. It's not like a negative on the show. But it is nice when I start a series and I'm like, wow, this sounds like it's gonna have the feeling that I got kind of from that, and that writing style, but in a bit of a longer form storytelling vibe. So that sounds like that'll be up my alley. I think I'm gonna really enjoy this series. I think this was a good first episode, and I hope, I don't know if it will, but I hope it can kind of stay similar quality to this episode. I don't need it to be as much shit happening as was in this episode, you know, like most of this episode was like one ongoing chase sequence, essentially. I don't need that for every episode. It's okay if there's just going to be a bunch of scenes of just people chatting to one another, that's fine. But I would really like if it kind of kept up this visual quality, and when it did hit fight scenes or action scenes or whatever, if it was as good as this first episode, I'm going to be very happy about that. But yeah, anyway, that was Lazarus episode 1. I had a great time. Is there a cast list in these credits? Because I would like to. Oh well, the cast list is in Japanese. is Japanese, the Japanese cast. Do I have the English cast here? Let me see. Oh yes, I do, and I think already I've gotten one right, which is nice. Okay, cast here. Found it. Okay, let's see what we got here. I have to scroll through. Hello? Where? Okay. So David Matranga is Dr. Skinner. That's the one that I got right while going through it. Lucy Christian is Chris? I didn't even realize that. Hang on. I love Lucy Christian. She's one of my favorite voice actors. This is crazy if I watched that whole episode and didn't realize that it was Lucy Christian. Hold on.
So hey, would you mind if we took a selfie together?
It is Lucy Christian. That's fucking crazy. How did I not realize that throughout the episode, that it's one of my favorite voice actors? I guess, you know, I was going into this not really thinking about it being, it's going to be like an anime cast. So maybe that was it. I was expecting possibly that it was going to have quite a different, a different kind of cast than like the general people that they go for anime. I don't, off the top of my head, recognize the other names in the cast. I know David Matranga, I know Lucy Christian, but there's also Jade Kelly is Hirsch, Jack Stansbury is Axel. I don't know Jack Stansbury, but let me just look up his name just in case I do know him. Jack Stansbury. Okay, he was oh, okay, interesting. So looks like from this picture I'm looking at, he was in the Oshino Ko dub, but I didn't watch the dub of that. Oh, is he in Haikyuu at some point? He was Riseki, Heisuke and Riseki in Haikyuu, not a intensely popular character. So it looks like he's not in a bunch of stuff. Not really in many of the dubs that I've seen. So I don't really know him too well yet. Bryson Baugus is Leland, Jovan Jackson is Doug, Annie Wilde is Elena, and Sean Patrick Judge is Abel. Directed by Shannon Reed. I do know the name Shannon Reed. Do I know other things she's directed? Because off the top of my head, like, she sounds familiar. Casting director for Legend of Korra? Is that why I know her name? Because I do love Legend of Korra. Interesting. Okay, well, anyway. That is Lazarus, episode 1. I had a great time. I want to watch more. If you want to see me watch more, please make sure to support this video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos. And go to my Jent Watches One Piece channel if you like One Piece. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.